Welcome. I'm Nathan Bell, the Finance and IT Director for the City of Springfield. In my presentation today, I will be covering both departments, starting with the Finance Department and followed by the IT Department. In addition to being responsible for the finance function for the city, I also oversee the administration of the city's municipal court. The Finance Department is split into three divisions, starting with the Budget and Procurement Division. It's comprised of 3 FTE and is responsible for preparing the city's budget, as well as preparing the budget for 3 additional agencies, the Springfield Economic Development Agency, the Regional Fiber Consortium, and the Metropolitan Wastewater Management Commission. They're also responsible for supplemental budgets, licensing and franchising, long-range forecasting, process improvement initiatives, as well as oversight of the city's decentralized procurement activities, which is essentially making sure the city is compliant with all federal, state, and local laws, regulations, and ordinances in the city's procurement of goods and services. Moving on to the Accounting and Financial Reporting Division, it's comprised of 6 FTE, and they're responsible for the general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, assessments, and monthly and annual financial reports, including the city's annual comprehensive financial report. They also do the accounting and reporting for the 3 other agencies that I mentioned earlier and assist the budget division with the annual budget, supplemental budgets, and process improvement initiatives. And finally, the Municipal Court Division. It's comprised of 9.14 FTE. Our court is a misdemeanor and traffic court and averages about 12 to 13,000 cases a year. I want to mention that while the judges are on the finance org chart, they are hired by and report directly to the City Council. The judges are comprised of a presiding judge and 3 pro tem judges that work part-time and provide the presiding judge with off-bench time as well as covering time off. This Finance Department's mission, I'm actually not going to read through this slide. If you would like to, please pause the presentation. The Finance Department budget. The first chart shows the finance budget across all funds. In addition to the general fund, we also have funding out of Special Revenue Fund, the Street Fund, the Police Local Option Levy Fund, which funds a portion of our court budget, and then the utility funds that include the storm drainage, sewer, and NWMC funds. The second chart is just the general fund. The general fund is a fund that we have a structural imbalance with and are challenged with its fiscal sustainability. And so I like to show this chart just to give you an idea of the footprint of the Finance Department within the general fund. These budget charts are at a high level and consolidated by major category. This year is essentially a status quo budget without any significant changes or increases. I would like, though, to highlight the materials and services line in the all funds chart. There's significant fluctuations across those 4 years. In FY22, this is more of, I think, a baseline materials and service budget across all funds. Fiscal year 23 included a one-time payment of $2 million to the state of Oregon to set up a per site account, and fiscal years 24 and 25 include one-time ARPA project funds that are within the Finance Department's budget. When we get into fiscal year 26 and beyond, I envision that we'll return more to a materials and service budget level that we saw there in fiscal year 22. The Finance Division's accomplishments, initiatives, and future year considerations. I'm not going to read through all of these. If you'd like more information on any one of them, you can find them in the Finance Department summary pages in the proposed budget. I would like to touch on a couple of the more significant ones, though, starting with accomplishments. The Distinguished Budget Presentation Award. We received this award for the 2nd year in a row for our fiscal year 24 budget. This will continue to be an initiative of ours, and we will be submitting our fiscal year 25 budget as well. In addition to receiving this Distinguished Budget Presentation Award, we also received recognition for our performance measures. Looking at initiatives of long-term budget strategies, in fiscal year 24, the Finance Department, in partnership with the City Manager's Office, engaged with Portland State University Center for Public Service to develop strategies to address the structural imbalance in the city's general fund. Staff will be bringing the results of that study to council for a conversation on strategies to address the long-term fiscal health of the city. And then into my 3-year considerations, long-term fiscal health, it ties right into that. The long-term fiscal health of the city is one of my top priorities, and we will continue to look for solutions in addressing it. We continue to have structural imbalances in key funds such as the general fund, street fund, and the ambulance fund. The PSU study and the conversation that comes from it will just be one of the many actions we'll be taking to address that in the future. And for the municipal court division, starting with accomplishments, the treatment court. The Springfield Municipal Court successfully implemented a functional treatment court pilot program in FY24. This was initiative of the presiding judge with support of the court staff. The goal is to reduce substance abuse, reduce recidivism, and encourage the rehabilitation of participants using community-based treatment. This ties in with our FY25 initiative. The court will continue to focus on making this pilot program successful. We're actively engaging with high-risk, high-need offenders in the community who have a substance abuse or co-occurring disorder. Individuals cannot complete the program until they are gainfully employed, have given back to their community, completed treatment, have documented clean time, and met their educational goals. And for future year considerations, mental health impact on the courts. Individuals who are caught up in the justice system and struggling with mental illness generally require more time and assistance, which results in greater cost to the city. The initiative, the treatment court, is just one of the many tools that we have addressing the mental health impact on the courts. As I mentioned in that initiative, substance abuse is often a co-occurring disorder with mental health disorders, and it is one tool in addressing this issue. It's something that we will continue to make a high priority. Moving on to the IT department. The IT department's mission is to provide excellent customer service with proactive and sustainable solutions that provide value and produce desired outcomes. In fiscal year 23, we made a significant change to this department by eliminating the IT director position and folding the department under the finance department. In fiscal year 24, one of 2 manager positions in this department became vacant, and we used it as an opportunity to restructure again, eliminating the applications division manager and then taking the network manager and putting it over the top of both divisions now as an IT manager. We replaced that manager position with another developer position, and so we still have the same FTE, just restructured in a different format to provide for better service. Starting with the network division, it's comprised of 4 FTE and is responsible for the full lifecycle management of all city-owned IT assets, which include computers, servers, telephones, and mobile devices, as well as other hardware and infrastructure that interconnects these devices. The network division also provides end user and help desk support for all supported devices, as well as a range of software systems. The network division also manages the city's cybersecurity defenses that aim to protect and maintain the integrity of all the city's digital assets. And then the applications division is also comprised of 4 FTE and is responsible for supporting the city's financial and human resource software. These consist of the PeopleSoft financials and human capital management modules, Board, the city's budgeting software, and Laserfish, the city's document management software. The IT budget. Again, the first chart is a summary by all funds. For this department, that includes the general fund, special revenue fund, and an internal service fund. And the second chart is for the general fund only. Similar to the finance budget, there are no significant changes or increases this year. I do want to call out in the general fund only chart, the decrease to materials and services is a result of moving a software support contract to our internal service fund. So while you see a decrease in that fund only, when you look back up at the all funds summary, there's an actual inflationary increase to materials and services. Across all funds, it was just a wash. And the IT department accomplishments, initiatives, and future year considerations. Again, I'm not going to touch on all of these. If you'd like more information on any one of them, you can find it in the IT department summary pages in the proposed budget, but I will touch on a few of the more significant ones. Starting with accomplishments, city website modernization. The IT department completed or expects to complete by the end of the current fiscal year the modernization of the city's website. The new site brings better navigation, easier administration, and a more modern look and feel, prioritizing and emphasizing the content most used by the city's patrons. Moving on to fiscal year 25 initiatives, the upgrade of the PeopleSoft financial software. The department will upgrade PeopleSoft Financials to version 9.2. This upgrade will provide the city with a host of new tools and functionality within the finance application, streamlining multiple staff-intensive finance processes. And finally, future year considerations, PeopleSoft enhancements. PeopleSoft Financials and Human Capital Management module are two significant pieces of software that the city uses. We will partner with the finance and HR departments, focusing on maximizing the efficiency and effectiveness of our PeopleSoft applications. Our goal is automating manual transactions, streamlining processes, and improving overall user experience, with the goal of driving greater value across our organization. That concludes my presentation. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I can be reached by email at nbell@springfield-or.gov or by phone at 541-726-2364. Thank you.